Hey there, fellow Factorians. Onerous here with another episode of Bobs and Angels Seablock, and the title for this one is going to be episode 13B. And if you've been watching as they come out, you might have got a sneak before I took it down of the previous episode 13, which was sadly silent due to technical issues. I may have stuffed up, and anyway. The sound didn't come through. I've made the choice. I'm not going to re-record. I'm just going to do a recap. Mainly for the reasons that Seablock's one of those things where you've just got to keep moving forward. The idea of going back and redoing the work that I did, it doesn't fill me with joy. It just seems very arduous, very tedious, and honestly, I think if I did that a couple of times, I'd probably struggle to finish a C-block run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick recap at the start of this episode and show everything that we put together, and then we'll just keep moving forward. We'll keep moving forward, and that'll get us to the end. In other news, today is the day that Factorio version 1.0 is released, and I know we're all pretty excited about the Spidertron. Looks pretty cool. I haven't actually had a chance to play around with it myself, but I've watched a few videos. Plenty of YouTubers starting 1.0 series from scratch, and everyone's talking about the Spidertron. So there's plenty of info out there. It looks pretty cool. Just don't load it with nukes is the general opinion. So with that being said. Let's jump on in and just run through what we did the previous episode. So as you can see here, we set up Rubite, and this is basically one of the reasons I don't want to do this again, because there was a lot of shuffling of pipes to actually make this work, because you got to remember you can't have a regular pipe next to a regular pipe without it being connected. So as you can see, there's lots of underground pipes being used to get this in here, and then we're making rubite, we're crushing rubite, we're then getting crushed rubite and what is crushed rock. So I did remove a flare stack here, so we're no longer flaring hydrogen sulfide gas, and as you can see, that's actually backing up now because, and I'll get to it in a minute, we're getting sulfur from elsewhere. But this doesn't matter because we're not really worried about getting landfill from the mud. This was kind of very secondary for landfill now. But this crushed rock crushed stone goes all the way back into this, and we're just making stone basically from all this crushed stone. We might as well just keep it going. There we go. All right, we'll have some stone on us in case we need it. But yeah, we're doing a lot of that. The crushed rubite then is sorted, and we get lead and nickel. Nickel's not used for much. It's kind of like silicon. There are some things later on that use nickel, but for now we're just storing it. And then the lead goes into the same situation we had here. Blast furnace, induction furnace, casting machine. Pretty simple. The big difference here is this actually requires oxygen gas, and as one of the byproducts of the lead ingot, it produces sulfur dioxide. So I had to feed the sulfur dioxide back into this sulfur dioxide to sulfuric acid, which is actually quite nice. We get a bit more sulfuric acid, but you'll see now I've got a few top-up valves lying around, and we'll get into that now, because the other big thing we did was sulfuric wastewater. And I say I mean I did it. So we put in a second filtration unit. So we've got two filtration units making our mineral slurry from slag slurry from mineral slurry. We're making mineral sludge from slag slurry. Yes. So we've got two of those, and they're both sort of feeding from here. We're running a little bit low on slag, but that's okay. Anyway, they're outputting sulfuric wastewater, which before we were just putting into this tank in preparation for what we did with it, which is sulfuric wastewater cleaning, which makes sulfur. And then that sulfur is getting fed back into our sulfur dioxide, and this is why this hydrogen sulfide gas is backing up, because this is where we were previously making sulfur. As you can see, we're actually, what's going on here? What is going on here? 25k, 100. Okay, well, it looks like that just got something wrong added to it. There you go. Yeah, it's making sulfur again. All right, but we were getting sulfur also from here, and we kind of want this to use up more importantly than this, because this is a backup. We want to use up this sulfuric wastewater. Can't have this backing up because that'll actually stop all of our filtration units from working. So anyway, once the sulfur goes in here, this is making sulfur dioxide gas. And then this is where we're actually also bringing this in from our iron smelting. So it's making sulfur dioxide gas. So we've got a top-up valve here that's looking here and saying if this drops below, then feed it in, which is pretty fantastic. Top-up valves, beautiful thing. So if this is below 80%, then feed more in, and then that's going into our sulfuric acid recipe, and we're slowly using that back in here for our mineral sludge. So that system, we also get so a couple of things. We get purified water coming in from this output as well, which we're using back in here to make the sulfuric acid. We also get mineralized water, which I just put in some tanks, and look at that, we're actually running out of storage here. Mineralized water is going to be used for, and if we have a look at some of the research, if I can find it, green algae processing, green algae number 2, it needs mineralized water and carbon dioxide. So this is my aim for today's episode, is to start getting some of this green algae 2 processing going, which is just a better version of the green algae. We don't get the brown algae happening. So we will be using this mineralized water, but we need to find out how to get carbon dioxide. We'll go into that in a minute, but that is basically what we did, what I did last episode. So we got the rubite, we got the lead, we now have 400 lead, we've still got the tin plate coming up, we've got iron chests, copper plate, a bunch of that. That reminds me, the other thing I did was we had a couple of comments. I think it was Michael Tepfer. Sorry if I got your name wrong, Michael, can't remember. Pointed out in the previous version that we're actually using way more iron at this point in the game, which is totally true. Iron is much more valuable early game. So I converted one of these was making steatite, crushed steatite. Steatite ore. So we've got 2 now making saphirite ore from the mineral sludge, both crushing them into the ore sorters, and then these ore sorters with the crushed saphirite make 2 iron and 1 copper. So rather than having one doing 2 iron, 1 copper, and the other doing 2 copper, 1 iron, we now have both doing 2 iron. So slightly more iron, which gives us a better ratio of materials we're actually using, which is really nice. And the other thing was there was an inserter over here that Daniel Everett pointed out was pointing the wrong way. All right, all this is backing up our was it charcoal? Our charcoal is on the rise. Fantastic. So everything is looking really good. We've got a heap of wooden boards, and sadly just a ton of paper. We're still going crazy with our brown algae. Yep. That's some brown algae. These guys, because it's kind of slowing down a bit, these guys are actually filling back up. So much alginic acid, it's ridiculous. Not even going to worry about that. But yeah, everything is in a really good position. Our power-wise, as we can see, we're skirting around our use, mostly electrolyzers, really just constantly producing that slag. And then over here in our power area, we're going pretty well. I got to say. All right, so having said all that, where are we at now? Well, now we are looking to do two things. So there's the green algae 2, which is the next sort of increase in our power production, which we will need at some point. But I think more important than that, I think it's time to set up some science, some green science, and some slightly automated red science that we've got going over here, because we're not researching anything at the moment. And I'm going to put science over here. We're going to make a little science island, I think. If power's going over here, we've got a lot of production down here. I think if we just keep moving south with this kind of production, because we're going to get different levels with the sorting, all these things will change. But if that keeps going that way, yeah, maybe. Well, actually, science up here. This is actually a good place for science, because we're kind of at like with our power in there. It's a little bit weird, isn't it? So let's just make a plus. Let's just make a ridiculously sized science setup that we're probably not going to utilize completely. All right. So let's begin by ripping up the old science, and we'll reestablish this maybe with some better ratios. We'll see how we go over here. All right. Let's bring up our science. So red science is electromagnetic cores and electromagnetic coils. 1 core and 2 coils in 5 seconds. So one of these produces 4. Okay, yeah. So it produces 8 in 5 seconds, and this produces 4 in 5 seconds. So one of these can support two of these, and one of these can actually support 8 of these, but that's okay. So what we want to do is have our couple of these. We'll start down here. We'll start like this, and these are feeding into a belt that is going where? It's going to go up. Yeah, this will work. This will work. All right, and we said two with our copper setup. All right. So what we need here is a box that's going to feed the materials that it needs. Box that will feed the materials we need. Yeah, we'll get a power pole there. All right, so a couple of inserters. You're picking up from way over there, and you're picking up from over there. Yep. All right, now we need you offsetting to there. And we actually need another power pole here so that you will go to there. All right, pick up from there, you pick up from there, and then that's actually too close. That's too close. Too close. So if we were to put this power pole here, because this is where we want the belt coming up here. Yep. And then having you onto the belt, you onto the belt. All right, there we go. Insert that one. You come in there and drop off over there. All right, so this belt now will have coils and cores, and then these will be making those. Okay, beautiful. Let's drop in one of those and 2 of those. And that's everything we need to get you going. All right. Let's see if we can connect up to power over here somehow. I'm surprised I can't walk across there. Should be able to walk across a gap that size. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got there in the end. So I have another one somewhere in the middle here, powering you guys up. Okay. Now we just need. Now we need another belt here, which will be the output. Let's do that. Okay. So in and out. In and out, and then the output is going to drop off on that one. Okay, there is an epic 2 every 5 seconds. 2 science every 5 seconds. Well, that's it's 24 science per minute. It's not fantastic. But look, we're not researching anything just yet. So the next one is a little more complex. So green science requires, and by green I mean single-use Atmos set. I'm sure Atmos means something in real life, but I don't know what it is. If you know, drop it in the comments below. So we need a instrumentation and reaction nodes. The instrumentation requires basic circuit boards, microcircuits, and tin plate. Microcircuits require micro wafer and copper plate. Micro wafer requires wafer stamps and lead plate, and micro wafer requires iron plate. And then these guys are just iron plate and tinned copper wire. And tinned copper wire, wherever that sits. Gosh, I never remember where these things are. I must have gone past it. Tinned copper wire. Tinned copper wire. There it is. All right. So it is copper cable and tin plate, which is tin plate and copper. Lots of steps to this one. So we're kind of going to be feeding this one a little differently. All right. If we want this science to work, this one takes 6 seconds. So, I mean, if we had 2 of these doing green science, we'd be pretty happy. But they need these things coming in here. So I could put, I could bring them like this. This is probably going to work if I do that. All right. Let's start with one of these. So this produces one in 1.5 seconds. It would actually, we only need one feeding them. So if you're making these, you need basic circuit boards, which we'll get to. Microcircuits we'll get to, but also needs tin plate. All right. So we can have a box here for tin plate, and then you actually need a couple other things, microcircuits and wafers. So let's remove this box for now, and microcircuits and basic circuit boards. All right, so basic circuit boards are wood and copper cable. So if we have copper cable here and wood going into there, all right, copper cable is in one of these ones. There it is. And you are making microcircuits, sorry. Microcircuits. So you get microcircuits, basic circuits, and tin at some point. So to make this, we need a micro wafer, and then a micro wafer needs lead and wafer stamps. And if we make wafer stamps, didn't I need tin plate at some point? It must be tin circuits for the other one. All right. And then you just need iron. So you need iron, you need lead, you need copper. You also need copper. Okay, that is convenient. Lead, iron, copper in here. And then this one needs wooden boards, of which we have an absolute ton. And then that needs tin. All right, let's see if we can make this dream a reality. I'm going to need a few more boxes. I'm going to put some boxes like that and see if we can't get some inserters doing some crazy things. All right. Actually, maybe this box can go over here because it's going to be feeding these 2 things. All right. So you need tin and you need wood. All right, wooden boards. Tin and wooden boards. We'll get back to that. These things... No, let's not do it like that. Let's do something like that. So all these things are picking up from the middle here and dropping off in their respective zones. You need some of these. I'm going to go there. You need some of those. You need some of those. No. You need some of those. And you need those and those. All right. I think that is kind of the setup. That's the setup for, what are we saying? Instrumentation. All right, so next we need to set up the, what is the other one called? Nodes, reaction nodes, which is just iron plate and tinned copper, which is nice and easy, relatively speaking. Iron plate and tinned copper cable, which is that, and not that. Redo that one as that. So here we need tin plate and copper cable, and you just need some iron plate. So we can put down a couple more boxes. Yeah, I think the boxer option is the better option. It's a little annoying because I wonder if we could. Wonder if we could have a separate thing. Problem is we need 3 materials. We need 3 materials, which would mean we would need two belts if we actually wanted to individually feed this stuff in. And then this one needs copper, iron, wooden boards. There's too many things. Let's keep with the box theory. The box theory is working well. It should work. You're doing that. Okay. You pick up from there. You pick up from there. You pick up from there, and then you feed into there. You feed in. Let's put them up there. You feed into there, and then these 2 guys. They're just dropping down there. All right. Let's pop some power poles in here. Yeah, we'll need that one there. We'll need one there. We're going to need those there, that one there, and that's actually powered up. Okay. Now let's grab some of the things we need. All right. We'll need a few of those. We'll need a bit more of this. Got a fair bit on us. That's okay. We are going to need a bit of this, and we need a fair bit of this. This is actually a pretty hefty tax on that. And then yeah, might as well just grab all of that because I'm not sure what we need lead for at this point. All right, so this guy here is tin plate and wooden boards. All the wooden boards go in there, and we'll put in a couple of tin plates. This one is copper, lead, iron, and copper. Copper, lead, iron. Let's why not put 3 of them in? And then this one is tin and copper, and this last one is iron. All right, and now with all that eventually coming through, I hope. We can set you up with some green circuits and some green circuits. All right, that's possibly going to work. Of course, once we actually have this science going, we need to have some labs, and this is where we need to kind of leave some room for a little bit of future production, but we will put these ones in here like that. There we go. Right now, just a very minute number, aka 2. Not going that way, going that way. All right, and then I'll get rid of the crap that's in my inventory, and let's see what's going on. We've got some coils, we've got some instrumentation. We are working on green science. All right. Is that power that's really bad over here? That is very, very bad. What's going on? Is this not connected? It is connected. Okay. Why is our power so bad? Disconnected. I disconnected over here, didn't I? All right. Let's keep that separation there. There we go. This wooden boards we'll put on the power network just so we can actually have a physical divide there. All right. Now things are picking up, aren't they? Look at that, beautiful. Green science. What are we going to do with green science? Well, it's so many things. Warehouses. We want to look at green science though, because we've just unlocked green science. So these could be good. We do need green circuits for that. Can we actually build green circuits? Electronic circuits. That is red circuits. Oh yeah, okay. So an electronic circuit is just basic electronics board, which is basic circuit board with components, which is tin, copper, carbon, and rubber. All right. We're a little bit away from that, I think. These are actually pretty good because they've got a crafting speed of 1, and when we go to make the electronics components, this will make the speed of that really good. Otherwise, I do want bronze. That's going to be something that we will need. We'll see that coming in. Garden processing 2. What does that unlock? Gardens into more samples. Electrolysis doesn't actually unlock anything. But it's needed for plastics. Good to know. Pump jacks, not required. We're not going to find any oil fields. Fermentation. We can make some alcohol, which is always something interesting to do. We need to set up farming for that though, so probably not that important. Nutrient paste. This is a good one. Okay, because we can turn nutrient pulp into fuel oil, and these are one of the cracking gases. So this is kind of how we get into gases. So I'll put that in there, and we'll get in it. Advanced ore refining is mineral catalyst, which is a huge increase in efficiency at the cost of requiring the givolite, the crotinium, and mineral catalyst, which is made from sludge, I think. So we're probably a little bit away from that. Heat pipe, not important. Metallurgy 2 just makes these faster ones. We don't have the supply to worry about faster, so I'm not too worried about that. Nickel smelting. Now, this is interesting because I don't think nickel plate is really actually used for much. Let's have a look. Nickel plate. So nickel plate is used for, roboports, and that's it. Molten nickel is, and nickel ingots. Nickel ingots. There's some advanced recipes that use nickel to create other materials. But the nickel itself is pretty much worthless, so I'm not going to worry about that. Silicon smelting. This we'll need for red circuits because from memory, this monosilica is required for red circuits. But I think what we would like to do is get some better things going. You mineralize water to create electrodes. Steel and carbon. All right, we don't have a great amount of carbon. Sulfur processing 2 catalysts. So I don't particularly want to get into catalysts. Lots of things we can do there though. What is wood processing 3? That is just wood into wooden boards. No, not interested. We don't have any supply of wood. Blue algae allows us to create ammonia gas, which is very important later on in the game. Not so important right now. I don't think we ever need to worry about this, other than maybe getting access to an oil and gas separator or processing. So this will unlock some of the next level iron. There we go. We make more, basically turning more iron ore or less iron ore into the same amount of iron plate. So it's just it improves efficiency, but it's kind of a long way away. We're not rushing to get that. Tool belt's always nice, I got to say. Engines will finally allow us to build tanks. That is just a crazy linking there. We can get the next upgrade steel axe, which gives us 100%, another 100% boost to mining speed. Moving away from wooden poles wouldn't be that bad. Inserter capacity bonus, non-stack. Okay, this one, yeah, we definitely want that. I forgot that this was a separate research. So this is, the non-stack inserter capacity +1. This is the same as the level 2 inserter capacity in vanilla. So it'll give us that extra bonus to all of our regular inserters, which is, a crazy boost. We'll get the nutrient paste after that. All right. So I think that's some pretty good research. These other things, not so important. We are researching that. Solder smelting. Okay, actually, we do need solder smelting for our if we want to do a good kind of solder production for our green circuits later on. All right, we'll leave it at that. I could probably make some better labs, some more labs and some better labs, because we have these labs now as well. Which we need some circuit boards for. What's the difference? This is research speed 1, 60 kilowatts, 150 kilowatts. Am I missing something? Is there actually any advantage to this? This costs more materials, but it's the same. Because it's not part of Bob's. This is just Science Cost Tweaker, Angel's Bioprocessing Science Cost Tweaker, whereas this is Bob's Tech. Okay, I think they're from competing mods. Well, why is this feeding? That just seems all round a worse version of this. Maybe it can't do. No, I can see the difference now. This one actually can't have green circuits, can it? So if we want to use these green science, we need to make 2 of these. All right, let's go make some steel. Let's go make some steel because we stopped steel production a while back. We can make it there. All right. How about I just do that? There we go. Let's get this guy in there, and you are going to make us some steel. Thank you. Can I do that? I can do that. Sure, I can. And you're making steel, and we don't have any iron plates on us. Hopefully, we've got a few more down here. We do. All right. So let's give you a bit of iron plate and make a bunch of steel for us and have some wood pellets, which we should be handcrafting. What am I doing? I'm not going to be handcrafting power poles anymore because we've got a lot of them. All right, so research. We need steel. We need basic circuits. We need basic electronic circuits. That's a problem. These can't be handcrafted, can they? No, they cannot. But I can get some tin copper wire. We've probably got some available here. And carbon. Where are we going to get carbon from? I don't even know how to make carbon. Carbon. All right, carbon comes from charcoal and steam in a chemical plant. Okay, we can actually do that. That's it. That's all we can do. All right. Let's kind of sneak it in here. We'll sneak it in here. All right. Because we just need to make 5 of them. We just need to make 10 of them. I think 10 of them. All right. Let's get some steam from that, and in a chemical plant. And you're going to make some carbon for us. You've got steam, you just need some charcoal. All right, let's turn a stack of this into into it. Okay, this is yeah, this is effective. It's not particularly automated. It's not particularly beautiful, but it's effective. All right. So now that we have that, we should be able to make these in one of these. Oops, I'm trying to run through. There we go. So if I make some of these with what I have, 2 tin copper, 1 carbon. We need to make 5 per board, so we need to make 25 of these, which is actually quite a bit, isn't it? Quite a bit. We're going to need to grab some more tinned, more of that tinned goodness. Excellent. 15. Another 5. All right, there's 20. 20 makes 10 of these. We actually need 25 of them, so we're going to need 30, 50 of these. What if I grabbed some of that and put you in there? Actually, I don't want to grab all of that. There's another 15. Go, you good thing, go. Really nice to have the inserter capacity bonus at this point. All right, there's 60. That should be enough. That should be enough. We're just doing the bare minimum to get by at this point. All right, there's whoa, 90. Okay, I may have miscalculated. We actually need to craft a few of these. Why am I crafting wooden boards? No. That is ridiculous, isn't it? All right. So let's make 15 of those, and then we should be able to... Well, we need solder. Okay, we need solder. How do we make solder? Is there a way to make solder without going through the molten process? Solder mixture from tin and lead. All right, easy. Solder mixture. Solder mixture, there we go. Tin and lead. Tin, we don't have any lead on us. There we go. We've got a bit of 72 lead. That's not much. Can I just have a look? Is that lead not working? What's going on here? I think it's a lack of mineral sludge, isn't it? Yep. So none of these. You've got one rubite ready. You need a second. There we go. Crush it. Sort it. Get 2 bits of lead, and you're just waiting on a whole heap of lead. All right. That's a mineral sludge problem. But now we have solder mixture. I assume we probably need another one of these to actually turn that into solder. Search for solder. Nope. How do we make solder from solder mixture? It's done in a furnace. We have a furnace available. There we go. We have some of those, and there you go. All right. So there's some solder. There's some of that. Let's get that, and then we should be able to make some of those. Haha. All right. Grab some more solder. Make some more. That's going well. All right. And then with that many of those, can we make these? Oh, we actually need basic circuit boards. All right. Well, that's something that we can handcraft. But this requires each of these requires 8 basic electronics boards. What is 2 advanced labs and 1 automation. We got there in the end. All right. What do we need the basic electronics boards for? Filter inserters. All right. Okay. So I think we're pretty good for all of this then. Let's handcraft a few more basic electronics boards because we'll probably need them if I can remember where they are. So we'll get all of those, and then we'll get a bunch of these, and then we'll dig up the existing labs and reuse these labs to make the other labs that we need. Not enough ingredients. What's going on? What's going on? We're out of steel plate. I did set up some steel plate production though. I think we'll be all right. There we go. And we can make 3. I only want 2 for now. Let's make 2. All right, let's cancel a bunch of those, and we should be okay. Go. Crafting green circuits. Yeah, look at us go. That's for the filter inserters. All right, we got there. And voila, we can now start green science research. Yay! All right, we should probably make another one of those, even though that's going to handcraft even more stuff. But yeah, we'll start production. It'll look something like this, and then we'll get one more when this one's finished, and we'll pop it in here. So there is green science. There is labs that can do green science, which I didn't even know was a thing. I didn't remember that from Bobs and Angels, but I think that might be a separate mod. Science Tweaker seems to have done that. How are we doing for time? We're at, whoa, my goodness. It's 40 minutes. Where did the time go? Where does the time go? I don't know. I never know. It just flies by, doesn't it? All right, we now have 3 labs going. We have green science production. Look at this wasted belt. Let's rip all that out. You don't need steel. Why do you have steel? You need copper and tin. You need tin. There we go. All right. You've got iron. You've got those things. You've got those things. Yeah. Okay. We're producing. These guys. You're producing. Let's just call it there. Yeah. Nothing more to say. We've got science. It's a big step. Green science. Lots of things locked behind green science. Lots of good stuff. Next level of all of the ore processing is there. Don't forget to check out Factorio version 1.0 if you haven't done so already. Check out that Spidertron. Just cheat it. Use the editor mode. Place in some Spidertrons. Have some fun. See what it's all about. That's from what I've heard. That's really the only change from the 18 experimental versions that they popped in for their new video trailer. Go check that out. And most importantly, huge thank you to my patrons, and I'll see you tomorrow.